Well, hello there, and welcome to the webinar. Did you know that you don't need to become an expert in virtual events? I know, it sounds crazy because we're hearing that all corporate events are going to be virtual for the next year at least. And while that may be true, I want to share with you 3 secrets that are going to revolutionize the way you think about virtual events. I'm Liz, and I'm a corporate event marketer. In this digital first world, I want to show you how you can use marketing knowledge to expand your opportunities and advance your career without ever leaving the wonderful world of events or needing to become certified in digital events. So, what will revolutionize the way you think about virtual events? Modern marketing for event professionals. It's a mundane title for something that will change the trajectory of your career forever. So I want to share with you 3 secrets about modern marketing for event professionals and how you can leapfrog your peers and colleagues and come out as more than an event manager right now. I know what you're probably thinking, but Liz, my manager asked me to evaluate virtual event platforms and the content teams have taken on everything else. I want to show you a great way you can turn this menial task into a career catapult. So the first secret is, virtual events are just digital campaigns that leverage full funnel marketing to connect with audiences. The big idea here is that you need to become an expert in full funnel marketing, like now. The second secret is full funnel marketing has been and will continue to be pivotal even with face-to-face events. So if you felt stuck in your career and like they keep bringing managers in from the outside instead of promoting from within, it's because those managers understand modern marketing concepts like full funnel marketing and performance marketing and how they apply to events. The third secret is that you can become a performance marketing and digital campaign professional practically overnight with my help. Now I know what you're thinking. My expertise is in event logistics, food and beverage, contract negotiation, project management. I'm not really a marketer. But the tricky thing is you have to be one to stay employed or get hired right now. So I created this course so you can learn everything you need to compete in this economy, help your company thrive, and move you up the career ladder. Modern marketing for event professionals is intended for 3 kinds of people. The first kind are those who are pivoting to virtual events and need a better understanding of digital marketing concepts. The second kind is those who just want to be a better event marketer and add value to their company. Because again, these concepts are relevant in virtual and face-to-face events. And the third is anyone who wants to up-level their expertise and move up the ladder at your current company or a new one. My goal today is to help you understand that the only way to compete is to position yourself as a marketer who specializes in events. There are hundreds of classes to help you be a better event manager, virtual event tactician, or even a better marketer. But the only place to learn modern marketing concepts and how to apply them to both virtual and in-person events is right here with the Modern Marketing for Events Professional course. Here's what you're going to get today. An overview of modern marketing for events, content you can use right now. You're also going to get my resume action words cheat sheet to help you revamp your resume. You're probably already doing all of the things you're going to learn today. You just didn't know how to describe them properly. You're also going to get a discount offer for the on-demand virtual 6-hour Modern Marketing for Event Professionals course. Today's class qualifies for 1 continuing education unit credit under strategic events with the Event Industry Council. You'll get an email at the end of this course confirming your completion, and you can submit it to the EIC for your CMP recertification. Now, I have something that I need you to do. This is time for you. I want you to focus. Turn your phone upside down, close out notifications and email, and just spend the next 30 to 45 minutes with me as we go through these modern marketing concepts. This is going to be a very basic, high-level overview that you can actually use today, but it will give you the foundation for the full 6-module course. I want you to get an understanding of how I present, what everything's going to look like, and how the concept is going to be relevant to you. Welcome to the Introduction to Marketing for Events. We're going to talk about understanding full funnel marketing and how it applies to your events. My name is Liz Lathan, and I am a corporate event marketer. My background, my entire career has been working for high-tech companies and nonprofit trade associations, managing audience acquisition, marketing, managing global event teams, running large user conferences, running small hospitality events, and running demand gen activities. I have experience creating all the way from soup to nuts, beginning to end, bits and pieces, and all of the above. I want to share the knowledge that I've learned from being a corporate event marketer and help you understand how to tie your event knowledge to marketing knowledge. It's going to expand your career and expand your horizons. Joining me teaching this class is Nicole Ashibodu. She has a background in business development and has been on the agency side of event life. She can also interject some learnings and knowledge and support for how these concepts are relevant to her, to you, and the industry. Now I want to share a little bit about how I learned that events mean business for corporations. When I first graduated from Texas A&M University with a degree in journalism, my first job out of college was a $28,000 a year entry-level marketing role at an Austin company. After a couple of years, I had moved into nonprofit trade associations, and my salary had significantly increased over the 3 to 5 years that I was there, moving up from $28,000 all the way up to about $43,000. I had a fair number of friends in the corporate side who were making a fair number more than I was making on that $43,000 price range for someone. And I was working a lot. I was managing a magazine, I was managing programs, annual conference, website, all of these things. And my corporate colleagues seemed to be doing a smaller version, one piece of the pie, managing events. And they were making sometimes double what I was making. And I didn't quite understand why. I knew I was working for a nonprofit, but that jump in salary level just seemed so different to me. I couldn't quite figure it out. And then I interviewed for a position at a high-tech company. And when they asked me what my salary range was, I told them absolutely no less than 35. I meant $35,000 a year because I was interested in getting my foot in the door. They thought I meant $35 an hour. They accepted my request. They provided me an offer for $35 an hour. So if you do the math, that's about $70,000 a year. So this is how I went from $43,000 to $70,000 pretty much overnight just by changing jobs. I had about 5 or 6 years of real work experience and was able to make that huge leap. Why? Why did I make that leap? It's because I was moving into an event marketing role, and events aren't just events. In the association world, the event was the primary way that we brought in income every year. But in the sales and marketing world of a corporation, events are driving true pipeline and revenue to the sales teams to close. It makes perfect sense now that corporations view events as not just the L in the P&L. They're not just the loss. Corporations drive sales and contribute to the bottom line through events. Events are a vital vehicle in a larger marketing campaign, not just a moment in time activity. Virtual events are no different. Events are the epicenter of content. It's where all departments come together, product teams, marketing teams, PR, AR, and the sales teams. Now, you may be thinking, but hold up there, I'm not a marketer. I really don't know how to get into marketing. Or you may be thinking, hold up there, my marketing teams only come to me after they've already decided on their events. They don't come to me for advice or guidance on which ones to choose and how to drive profit and revenue. Or maybe you're thinking, I know how to do these things, but they won't actually listen to me. They just make me sign their contracts and execute their events. Maybe you struggle with, but we always go to the event, so we have to go year after year. Or our competitors are there, so we absolutely have to be there. Listen, agencies charge tens of thousands of dollars to do your event strategy for you and make recommendations on what events that you should be participating in. But you can do this yourself. Now, maybe you're thinking, I can't go from BEOs and room blocks to full event portfolio planning, but here's the secret, you can. And you aren't alone. I'm here to help you. This is easy, It does take thought, it takes a little knowledge, and over the course of the 6 classes you're going to get from Modern Marketing for Event Professionals, you're going to be able to do that. When I first launched the idea of creating this course, I reached out to event professionals asking what they were struggling with the most and what they really needed to understand. I asked about managing agencies or managing digital and social content, or maybe marketing automation, basic demand gen, or even executive presence, being able to present on screen or in person. But over a quarter of the participants of the survey told me it was full funnel marketing that they didn't understand. They didn't know how it was relevant to events, and it didn't make any sense to them. So here are some of the terms that I got from people who were interested in learning about full funnel marketing, or terms that I suggested to them that they had no clue what they were. From performance marketing to data integration, APIs and omni-channel marketing, account-based marketing, and lead progression. We're going to go through all of these terms in the full 6 module course, but today, to make sure you leave this webinar with some actual knowledge that you can implement and use, I want to focus on the buyer's journey, the marketing funnel, leads, lead progression, sales accepted leads, marketing automation, and content management, and how all of those things apply to corporate events. First, let's talk about the definition of modern marketing. Traditional marketing focuses on selling products that are produced by your company. Remember back in the olden days when there were 3 television channels. If you wanted to sell detergent, you would put your detergent ads on those channels. You would hope that someone who's watching the TV show maybe purchases detergent and would like your detergent and would want to go buy it and use it at home. But modern marketing takes a customer satisfaction point of view and then produces the product according to the needs of the customers, produces the marketing according to the needs of the customers, subsequently selling those goods to their target customers and hopefully selling more of it because you found the right people. Modern marketing focuses on the digital angle of marketing as well, really leveraging the targeted ads around Facebook or Instagram or other social platforms or digital following platforms across Google to make sure that the target audience is getting the exact message they need. So think about that detergent ad now. Who exactly are you selling detergent to? If you're selling it to young college kids, men or women, boys or girls, you can target that demographic with specific ads. We call it a college load for a reason, right? You throw everything together, put it in the washer, and hope it doesn't run your colors. Imagine an entire targeted detergent campaign just for that. Maybe you're looking at the moms of the household who have soccer kids and you really want to focus on getting grass stains out. There's an entire marketing campaign around that target audience that will boost the loyalty for your target participant, your target audience. So that's the difference between modern marketing and traditional marketing. Now, how does that relate to events? Because, detergent might not. It's talking through your customers that you want to bring to your event, talking through the target person you want to bring to your event. If you're running an event on cloud computing, you don't want to just put an ad in the Wall Street Journal and hope that everybody sees that your conference is coming up. You want to find the people that are most relevant. Perhaps you're going after developers, so you can segment that audience and you can figure out exactly where they are on what we call the buyer's journey. Are they aware that there are multiple cloud options? Maybe there's AWS and IBM and a number of other options out there, and they just need some brand recognition. Maybe you're a new cloud provider in the market and you want to get seen along those competitors. Consideration is the point where they are considering who they might purchase. Maybe they're digging in a little bit at this point, considering, ooh, I really like AWS's security, but IBM has a wonderful name. Maybe I should consider that path. Purchase is where they actually make the purchase decision. And then retention is keeping that customer. So awareness, consideration, purchase, and retention. This is a classic sales funnel. This is a classic marketing funnel. The buyer's journey is where your particular customer is in the journey. So you're trying to get them to come to your event. Maybe they are looking for events that they can speak at or network at or learn at. So the discover phase is to help them understand your event even exists. The learn phase is where they're actually looking to learn more about a product or a solution. And when you're marketing your event, you're going to help them learn what they're going to experience at the event. Abstracts and titles for the sessions you're going to launch, who the keynote speakers are going to be, and who else they're going to meet at your event. The try section of this particular journey is maybe a podcast, maybe a customer story, maybe a testimonial from last year's participants. The buy phase, of course, you're going to convert them. And this is where we can put in offers like a buy one, get one, or a group rate for more than one person joining. And then advocate. You can turn your customers into advocates for you. This is true for your event. This is true for your product. So hopefully that tells you a little bit of the difference between a sales funnel, a marketing funnel, and a buyer's journey. Let's put them all side by side. Now let's talk through the sales piece. The sales journey is going to generate leads, qualify the leads, close the sale, manage the account, and then manage the relationship. So now we have a marketing funnel, a buyer's journey, and a sales funnel, all side by side, and you can see how they align nicely. So full funnel marketing is simply creating marketing messages for every piece of the buyer's journey. In the discover phase, this is where you're creating demand for your product by getting the message in front of your cohorts and personas. You're going to create videos, social retargeting ads, banner ads. It's just to create brand recognition and name recognition for your product, service, event, whatever. The learn phase is where you're sharing those case studies, those white papers. People are looking to learn more. They are trying to figure out who to consider purchasing from. Maybe it's coming to your event or maybe it's your product, but this is where they are trying to learn more, get deeper knowledge about it. And then into the try phase, they want to try it. Remember when you were a kid and your parents got the newspaper and it had the little box of cereal in it on Sundays, and that was like the #1 way to try Fruit Loops. They would give it to you for free to try. Here in the digital world, trying something might be a freemium offer. Maybe you've used Canva for graphic design and they have this freemium model where you can use it up to a certain point for free. And then if you want access to certain images or if you want to save more files, you start paying more and getting into a more enterprise level. Same thing with Zoom. A lot of things have a freemium model now. There's also maybe a 14-day free trial or even just a coupon to try something if it's a taste test. Now, of course, the buy part, this is where you want to convert. You want to convert someone from a person who's gone through your funnel into an actual buyer. You might offer usage-based discounts. You might offer buy one, get one discounts. Anything you could do to get them to convert. And then advocate. Now they've purchased. You want them to be happy. You want them to share that they are a customer of yours with everybody that they can find. A lot of people have advocate marketing programs to actually monetize the use of their happy, raving fans. And we'll talk about that in probably class 6 of the Modern Marketing for Event Professionals class. But that should give you a pretty solid overview of what full funnel marketing actually is and how to create messages for each phase of the funnel. So we've talked a little bit about how this relates to events already, but this slide will take you through full funnel marketing specifically for a conference. Let's talk about that discover phase. This is where you'll send out a press release or maybe publish some sizzle reels from last year's event. Maybe you're gonna put some organic social media out there and retarget on paid social content. Put some banner ads out on third-party websites and partner websites. In the learn phase, you're sharing some video testimonials, maybe snippets from the speakers who are coming to your event. In the try phase, you might offer some pre-event webinars. Maybe you do a 60-minute webinar that's got a selection of speakers for your breakout session so people get what they're going to be paying for to come to your event. This works great for digital events too. Little email blasts of a 90-second video of one of your speakers or one of your influencers or advocates encouraging people to sign up. Your buy phase is where you need to give them a reason to register, from early bird discounts to limited seating to first to register rewards. Especially in a digital world, we're seeing more and more swag boxes or pre-event gift boxes. So if you have people sign up by a certain time frame, you send them a pre-event gift. Maybe you're charging people for the event and they have to sign up for the pre-event box by a deadline in order to receive it pre-event so that they can wear their branded shirt during the event. And then the advocate phase, reward your registrants for promoting the conference on their social media sites, have speakers and influencers share it on their social media, and offer bring a colleague discounts. Now, I've said the word lead probably 42 times so far, but let's take a step back and talk about what an actual lead is. There are 3 types of leads that we're going to talk through at this event, throughout this webinar and throughout the course. The first one is just your basic definition of a lead. A lead is someone who is willing to give you their contact information in exchange for something. It might be a freebie at a trade show booth. It might be a downloadable white paper on your website. It could be a t-shirt. It could be a book, free plus shipping. Any content, any piece of value that you are offering that someone wants, they will give you contact information in exchange for. Now, is a lead a qualified lead? Not necessarily. A marketing qualified lead is someone who has actually expressed an interest in your content, product, or solution. So if you're at a trade show and they just want your tchotchke, your giveaway, they're the, as we call them, trick-or-treaters. They take their thing and move on, even though you scanned their badge. But if they're actually having a conversation with you about your product, now they're a marketing qualified lead that you can put into a nurture stream for email conversations after the event, after the webinar, after the conversation. Marketing can now continue to reach out to them. They've basically opted in. Of course, now they need to prescriptively opt in for all of your email marketings. Now, a sales qualified lead, or SQL, is a lead who has expressed an interest in purchasing your product specifically, or a willingness to speak to a sales rep. When I created the program at Dell, when we ran our trade show programs, we actually put a question in every single lead device that said, would you like to speak with a sales rep? And if they said yes to that, they were immediately a sales qualified lead that went over to the sales team to follow up on. Your sales team may throw it out once they make that phone call and find out that they're not qualified. But from a marketing perspective, we were able to say this person expressed a sincere interest in wishing to speak to a sales professional. Now, lead progression, the reason it's important to understand marketing qualified leads versus sales qualified leads are, it's the sales qualified lead that's going to progress through opportunity and revenue. Once you have turned a lead over to your sales team, the sales team is going to qualify them. So maybe your marketing lead came in and you said, hey, Bob's interested in XYZ product. You pass it to the sales team and the sales team calls Bob and Bob says, actually, I am interested in XYZ product. I've got a budget of about $10,000 and I am interested in purchasing. I'm not sure who I'm going to purchase from yet. Your sales maker has now uncovered a $10,000 opportunity, also known as pipeline. Now, once the sales team uncovers more about the solution that Bob's interested in, finds out that XYZ product is the perfect answer to his problem, perhaps Bob then purchases. Now you have a win. This is where revenue is generated. You have just closed a deal for $10,000. Now your marketing qualified lead turned into a sales qualified lead, which turned into an opportunity and is now a win. Congratulations. You as a marketer need to know your numbers. You need to understand your average deal size, and you need to understand the average conversion rate. A general rule of thumb is approximately 25% conversion rate. So for every 100 sales qualified leads you bring in, 25 of them should close. Your average deal size, perhaps your average size is a $10,000 deal. Using these figures, you can now start to calculate ROI, which is something we'll cover in one of the future modules. Now, how do SQLs and MQLs all have to do with events? Exactly what I just talked through. Conferences, trade shows, virtual events, you're going to marketing qualify them. And then once they acknowledge that they have an interest in speaking with a sales team, they can be sales qualified and progress through the funnel, become actual qualified pipeline, and hopefully close. Now, how do you track those leads? Well, technology. And you want to track them because, as we'll talk about in a future module, you want your credit. You want an attribution model created so that you know any lead that came in through your webinar, your virtual conference, your virtual hospitality event, your trade show, your road show, you want that lead tracked from its ingestion all the way through to the close so that you can prove ROI from the events that you're managing. Technology is how we do it. So marketing automation might be a term you've heard of, and marketing automation refers to software platforms and technologies designed for marketing departments and organizations to more effectively market on multiple channels online, like email, social media, websites, and automate repetitive tasks. So when somebody signs up for your email list, they automatically get that thank you note. Maybe they get automatically signed up to a specific nurture stream that's going to send specific messages over a course of time. Your marketing automation will be able to know what they've clicked on, what content they've looked at, what webinars they've signed up for, and can continue that automation tracking and follow up so that it can push them down the pipeline, push them down the funnel. Marketing automation is how you're going to see it from getting their contact information from the beginning all the way to the sale. Now, the technology landscape for marketing technology, or MarTech, is incredible. There is an index called the MarTech 5000 that tracks all of the marketing automation technology and tools that exist in the world. Unfortunately, the MarTech 5000 actually has more than 8,000 technologies in it now that are being tracked. So it is nearly impossible to understand how to properly build your tech stack for your marketing automation to be successful. But I think the most important thing to remember is, as long as you are aligning the technology to the stages of marketing that your company is going through, it doesn't really matter which technology solution you select. Just start with something so that your marketing becomes more automated. In this image, we're talking through the buyer's journey of discover, learn, try, buy, and advocate, and aligning it to something that they have set up here as the stages of modern marketing called attract, capture, nurture, convert, and expand. This attract, capture, nurture, convert, and expand is focused on a digital marketing world. So you might have tech stack tools that are going to help you attract people to your virtual event, to your website, to your company, using things like SEO, using Google, using AdWords, using a broad brush, maybe Facebook ads, retargeting online to bring people to you. The capture part is where you're going to get their attention, get their contact information, start turning them into that marketing qualified lead. The nurture part is where you're going to start sending them communications, preferably automated communications, so that you can track what their interests are and adjust your future content. The convert part is where you're hopefully going to get them to buy something. And then the expand part helps them advocate for you. So turning them into user-generated content and having them share things for you. Now let's talk about drip campaigns. I mentioned automating your emails. Once you've got someone signed up, then you're able to start automating the emails and the messages that they're getting. There are drip campaigns that can get so ridiculously complex and complicated. You can see on this slide, the one in the upper right has strands upon strands of having an email do this and this and this and this. Very simple version might be once someone opens an email, they receive another email. If they don't open an email, they receive a specific message after the fact. So let me bring up a very simple one. This would be my sample automation logic map for signing up to learn more about this class, for example. Let's say you give me your email address to sign up for more information, and I then enroll you automatically into a 5-day modern marketing email course. On day 1, you're going to get a welcome with a little paragraph about what's going to happen. On day 2, you're going to get the first course in email, a couple of paragraphs that introduce you to the concepts. Day 3, day 4, day 5. I am able to see through my marketing automation that you have clicked on all of these links that I've given you, or that you've at least opened them. And perhaps on day 5, I invite you to a webinar. From that webinar, the automation behind it will tell me if you signed up for it, if you completed it and didn't, or if you registered but didn't show. It can do all sorts of permutations of what your behavior might be, and then it can create messages according to those. Perhaps you register for the webinar, but you don't show up. So maybe my marketing automation sends you a, sorry, we missed you. Here's a link to the replay. Or maybe you signed up for the webinar and you completed it. So now you're going to get a thank you and an invitation to join the Facebook community. Now, I just want to take you through a brief history of automation. Salesforce automation is still relatively new. Less than 20 years ago is when Salesforce was created with this automation. SAP, Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics, and of course, Salesforce.com were the first to be able to track sales leads, creating a database for the sales team to put in their contacts and track the conversations they were having all the way through a close. That's where Salesforce automation really shined. Then in around 2005, marketing automation started to come about with Marketo and Eloqua and Pardot and HubSpot. This is where we're starting to see the marketing messages being automated and tied to sales. So you can automate the emails that are going out, create drip campaigns, and then follow them through as they become truly sales qualified leads. And now more recently, within the last 6 years, content automation. This is where we're starting to see consolidation and workflows around content. As more digital campaigns started to be created, we're able to automate the workflows of approvals inside our company. And then outside our company, when our customers are looking at and reading our content, we can track which pieces they're looking at and then retarget them appropriately with new content relevant to where they are in the journey. Now, aligning your content to the marketing funnel. We've talked through discover, learn, try, buy, and advocate. This is the top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. Top of funnel, or TOFU, is the discover part. This is where you are in the big marketing world trying to capture as many qualified leads that you can. In the middle of the funnel, or MOFU, this is learn and try, where you want to capture their attention, provide them some value, and bring them down further into the funnel. The buy part of the funnel is BOFU, the bottom of the funnel, where you are providing them information to help them make their purchase decision. You can align your content to each of these phases of the funnel, and through digital automation, you're able to feed people the content relevant to them at each phase of the marketing journey. Gated content. Gating content is a term that simply means making people do something in order to gain access to it. You make them put in their email address or join your mailing list in order to get something. A lead magnet is something that people want to experience. They want content that you're offering, and they're going to give you their contact information so they can gain access to it. So this adorable little flowchart created by HubSpot helps you determine if your content should be gated. If you've got amazing training videos, you might simply want to put them on YouTube so that they gain a larger audience from people looking for your content, or help advocate for you for people that are already users. But if you have some really solid content and you are trying to bring people into your funnel, you might want that video hidden behind a registration page, so people have to give you their email address so that you can provide the content to them. Now you know they've watched your content and you can follow up with them. So today I have taken you through the buyer's journey, the marketing funnel, leads, lead progression, sales accepted leads, some marketing automation, and some content management. It was fast, it was furious, but I did want to give you some valuable content that hopefully you can now go use with your programs. Now that you know these basics, you can basically understand marketing campaigns. You can even advise on how you can use events to get more leads because you understand the process. You can now leverage digital marketing tactics for better event attendance. You can set measurable goals for your events and actually measure ROI. You can also align and balance your event portfolio, understanding each part of the funnel and what events fit within what part of the funnel. Here's my little aligning your events to the funnel worksheet, event marketing blueprint. So we've talked through discover, learn, try, buy, and advocate. I've added in loyalty here for customers that are going to keep coming back to you. This slide is going to take you through the types of in-person events that are relevant to each phase of the funnel. The event marketing tactic called a third-party event or trade show that maybe you've got a trade show booth at. This is the discover phase. This is where you're going to get the majority of your new leads. You're fishing in a new ocean over here. People are coming to your booth that you may not ordinarily have had access to. Now in that learn phase, maybe now you're doing a road show. You're on the road getting access to people in a regional environment that probably have heard of you, otherwise they wouldn't come to your own proprietary event, but they want to learn more about what you're offering. In the try phase, this is where you might invite them to your proprietary conference, your hands-on labs, your customer case studies. All of these stories are going to help people make a decision if they want to be invested more in your company. Hands-on workshops are great for the buy phase. Usually your customers have either just purchased or they are considering purchase and they want to know if these tools are going to be right for them. So getting them into a hands-on workshop either at your proprietary conference or as a standalone event really can seal the deal or can immediately support customers as soon as they have made a purchase. User groups are where your loyalists and your advocates are going to be, people who are already customers and want to talk to each other about how to work with your tools and your services. And of course, in the advocate area, we have influencer programs, people who are advocates of yours and have a large following. You might create an entire influencer program at your proprietary events or standalone. Now, all of those took you through the in-person events. Think through the virtual events that you're doing. Webcasts and webinars are phenomenal for getting new eyeballs, but you have to invest a lot in capturing them in those social media platforms and through other email blasts, perhaps through acquired lists. But you going to other third-party conferences and leading breakout sessions or leading conversations is a phenomenal way to get discovered. Just like a third-party in-person event, getting yourself on the speaking rotation or in a podcast rotation for third-party content is a great way to get noticed by people that you may not currently be talking to. Your learn and try phase, again, webcasts that are going to attract people that already know a little bit about you. This is a great place to get them to have conversations and to learn more about some products that you're offering. Loyalty and advocate, conversation-based events like roundtables or hot Dokimazos will help your customers, your community talk, have conversations, and share solutions. If you want to keep going on modern marketing for event professionals, the 6-week course that we're going to offer has 6 modules, the first one being full funnel marketing. We just hit the tip of the iceberg of this today. This one is going to take you for a full hour all the way through the details. Class 2 is going to go through demand generation, performance marketing. Class 3, we're really going to hit on digital marketing. Class 4, event strategy using modern marketing tactics and strategies. Class 5, event tactics using modern marketing, and Class 6, the blueprint for audience acquisition using all of these techniques. So to dig deep another level here, introduction to the funnel is going to take you through demand gen, lead gen, performance marketing, the buyer's journey in more detail. We're going to talk through personas and cohorts, full funnel marketing, and how to align events to the funnel in much more detail. Week 2, when we hit performance marketing, we're going to talk through personas and empathy maps, narratives and campaigns, qualifying your leads, and lead scoring. We're also going to talk about opportunities and wins in much more detail, and then crucial definitions, those TLAs, those 3-letter acronyms like MQLs and SQLs and SALs, pipeline, opportunity, revenue, win count, and win revenue. Week 3 is when we're going to hit digital marketing. We're going to talk about CRM systems, marketing automation, e-nurture and nurture streams, gated content and lead magnets, and omni-channel marketing. Week 4, now that you know the concepts of marketing, you're going to go really deep into the definitions of events for demand gen, thought leadership, etc. You're going to align your events to the marketing funnel. We're going to talk detailed about ROI and ROO. We're really going to get into attribution tracking via Marketing Assist and Marketing Create. And then in week 4, we're going to hit strategic event marketing. This is now you know the concepts of marketing, and so we really want to dig into definitions for demand gen, thought leadership, aligning events to the funnel, ROI and ROO, attribution tracking via Marketing Assist versus Marketing Create, and account-based marketing. Week 5, we're going to really learn how to use these tactics for our events. Top of funnel content and activities, post-event assets that progress deals, when to use hospitality events, and how to optimize your event for a digital audience. More imperative now than ever. And then finally, week 6, the perfect audience acquisition blueprint. We're going to workshop the email blueprint using our funnel for audience acquisition. We're going to talk through pre-event tactics to engage your attendees, the internal toolkit for our sales enablement, and how to partner with affiliates and influencers to drive attendees. After completing the entire marketing course, you are going to be able to devise cohort definitions for your personas and understand how to determine if a third-party event is the right fit for your event portfolio. You're going to know how to discover how to optimize events for a digital audience and leverage the content you create for months, even years after the event. You're also going to better enable your sales team to drive attendance to your events and conferences. You will actually be able to measure your event results and understand how to pre-qualify leads and score them for better sales follow-up. You'll be able to develop marketing automation plans for pre and post-event communication. With this 6-module Modern Marketing for Events course, you're going to get all 6 on-demand virtual classes. You'll get all the worksheets and toolkits that we talk through in each week's class, and you're going to get access to the Haute University private Facebook group to continue the conversation, ask questions, and learn from your peers. Now, you may remember at the very beginning of this, we talked about the marketing funnel versus the sales funnel. So I want to talk you through something called the stack. This is part of the sales funnel. So you might have come to this event to me as a lead. You were interested. You might want to know a little bit about the content. So you've stuck with me this far. You are now a qualified lead. So the way that I would walk you through the close is to show you how much value you're going to get from this class. So let me walk you through the stack. The introduction to modern marketing for events, access to this corporate event marketing community on Facebook, and of course the 6 series course. This each individually would be valued at well over $100. The class itself, today's class, I could have sold for $150. The corporate event marketing community, $120. Think about that. If I charge you $10 a month to access the community, that would be $120 a year. Now the entire 6 series course, you're seeing digital certification classes out there for nearly $600 for these classes. So I could value the Modern Marketing Events series at $750. I would stack this up at a total value of $1,020. But you got the first 2 for free. At the end of this course, you're going to get access to that Hot U community. You've already gotten the introduction to modern marketing for events, and I am going to offer you the Modern Marketing Event 6 series course, which retails for $347. You can get it today for $179. Just because you stuck it out with me here today, you made it through the entire experience, you're going to get a discount. You'll be the first people to access this course. And bonus, you're going to get my resume action words so you can revamp your resume. Now, right after this webinar ends, you're going to get an email with the course syllabus to arm you to have the conversation with your manager about investing in your professional marketing education. You're going to get a link to the replay of this Introduction to Modern Marketing for Events class. You're going to get a link to download the resume action words. You'll get a link to our Hot U Facebook group, and you're going to get the direct link to access your $179 rate for the full 6-module course. Listen, people pay thousands of dollars to learn how to be a better event manager, but you're already there. You're great at your job. People pay thousands of dollars to learn about marketing, but you don't have to. I am so excited to share this content with you. I cannot wait for you to be a part of this course. You're already a hottie. Now let's just make you even hotter. Thanks for joining me today. Stay hot.